What if I told you you could keep your current home and still qualify for a second FHA loan to buy a bigger one? That's right. So if your family is growing and you've outgrown your current space, there's a special FHA rule that just might help you level up without selling your first home. It's one of the most flexible and powerful options for families needing more room, but few people know it exists. And so today I'm going to break down how it works, who qualifies, and what steps you need to take to use this little known FHA move up opportunity. And yes, we'll talk about how turning your current home into a rental while you go buy your next one as well. Let's dive in. Let's be honest, life changes fast. Maybe your family just welcomed a new baby. Maybe your kids are getting older and need their own bathrooms and bedrooms. Maybe your parents are moving in or you just need more space to breathe. Whatever the reason, you've outgrown your current home, but you don't necessarily want to sell it. With rising home values and rents, keeping your existing home as a rental might be a smart move, building equity and income while still upgrading to something bigger. The good news, FHA makes this possible under specific conditions, and it's called the FHA Second Loan Exception for growing families. Normally, FHA only allows one loan at a time per borrower. That's because it's meant to help owner occupants, not investors. But there's an exception. So if your family size has increased and your current home no longer meets your needs, FHA may allow a second FHA loan even if you keep the first house. You just must live in the new home as your new primary residence. You can keep your current FHA home as a rental, and you must prove the need and meet the loan guidelines. And here's the best part. You still get the low 3.5% down payment on the new place as well. Now let's talk about what you need to show to qualify for this exception. So you'll need to document two big things: increased family size. So you must prove that your household has grown and your current home is no longer suitable. That could be birth certificates for a new baby, recent tax returns showing new dependents, legal guardianship documents, marriage certificate if a blended family has moved in, and two, home inadequacy. You'll also need to explain why your current home no longer meets your needs. So for example, only one bedroom and now you have 3 kids, no office space for remote work, an accessible layout for elderly parents. So your loan officer may ask for a written explanation and in some cases, photos or diagrams to support your claim. FHA wants to make sure you're not just trying to collect properties. So one of the key requirements is that your current home must have at least 25% equity. And here's how that works. So your lender will order an FHA-approved appraisal on your current home. If the appraised value minus your mortgage balance equals 25% or more, you're in good shape. This step is important because it shows that you're financially stable and not overly leveraged. And no, you can't use a Zestimate. It has to be an official appraisal. So yes, if you plan to rent out your current home, you can use that rental income to help you qualify for a new mortgage, but you have to do it the right way. Here's what FHA requires: a signed lease for at least 1 year, proof of a security deposit or first month's rent paid. An appraiser must complete Form 1007, which is a single family rent schedule, Form 216, which is an operating income statement. This shows FHA that your home realistically can be rented out and how much income it'll generate. Remember, the rent has to be market rate and it must be properly documented. So this exception is only available for specific cases. So FHA will not allow a second loan just because you want a bigger house or like the idea of owning two. Here are the general rules. So you must have an existing FHA loan, must show clear and documented reason for needing a second home, must use the new home as your primary residence, must have 25% equity in the current home, and must provide a signed lease and rent documentation if using the income to qualify. And remember, you can't do this on a vacation home, a flip home, or purchase an investment property just for fun. This is strictly for growing families who need more space. If you don't have 25% equity, don't panic. You still have some options. So you can always sell the current home and use the equity as a down payment for the new one. You could also consider using non-FHA financing for the new home, meaning you could look into conventional loans with low down payments. Make sure to talk to your lenders about gift funds or down payment assistance as well. FHA is flexible, but not unlimited. That's why it's important to work with a lender who knows how to navigate these rules. Let's break it down with an example. Say you bought a home 5 years ago with FHA, and now your family has doubled in size and your home just isn't cutting it anymore. But you've built some equity and rents in your neighborhood are sky high. With this exception, you could rent out your current home and generate monthly income, use an FHA loan to buy a bigger home with just 3.5% down. Build equity in 2 homes instead of 1. That's called leveraging your real estate, and it can be a major wealth building move for families who are ready. So let's recap what you need to qualify. Current FHA loan, documented increase in family size, proof your current home no longer meets your needs, at least 25% equity via an FHA appraisal. You plan to rent out your home? Well, then you need to provide a signed 1-year lease, a security deposit or rent payment receipt, and appraisal forms 1007 and 216. And most importantly, this must be about genuine housing need, not about property collecting. Ready to make your next move? If your family is growing and your home is getting tight, you don't have to sell to move up. The FHA Second Loan Exception could be your path to a larger home while keeping your first property as a rental. Want to see if you qualify? Book a call with me today. I'll walk you through your eligibility and help you create a step-by-step plan to move up without missing a beat. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more hidden mortgage programs, home buying tips, and smart ways to build wealth through real estate. Click the link below and let's get you into a home that finally fits your family.